An old cowpoke went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way, when all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, a-plowing through the ragged skies and up a cloudy draw. The ghost herd in the sky. Their brands were still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry. Ghost riders in the sky. Their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, and shirts all soaked with sweat. They're riding hard to catch that herd, but they ain't caught 'em yet, 'cause they've got to ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire as they ride on, hear their cry. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-oh. Ghost riders in the sky. As the riders loped on by him, he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell a-riding on our range, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride, a-trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-yi. Riders in the sky.
Anyway, my name is Earl Rice, and I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in 1926, which is the same year as Marilyn Monroe and Tony Bennett, Fidel Castro, the Queen, Jerry Lewis, a few others there, and a vintage year. After I was born, I guess about 2 or 3 weeks, they wanted to christen me, and my father wanted me to christen. That's what they tell me anyway. My father wanted me christened Protestant and my mother Catholic. And there was a big dispute over it. And then he wound up, he was going to kill any guy that stand for me. So I had a priest that said for me. And I think his name was Father O'Shea at Holy Souls. I only see my mother twice that I can remember. Maybe 3 times, once in the car and crossing 20th Street once with her. And the last time I seen her, they lifted me up to the casket. I think it was 1930, to say goodbye to her. I think I was 4 years old then or something. And my father, in the meantime, I think had sent the divorce papers about that time. She had earlier, it's been, a long dispute they had. My family didn't like the name of him. They despised him, I guess. And they changed my name at home from Earl to Bobby. And as that fact, most people who ever knew me in my life knew me as Bobby.
All right, it's recorded now, Bob.
It is? This is Stella Street right here. This is where the boys lived. Carl Ward, I think, lived right there. And Vince Pondy lived around there, I think. And this is Jimmy Meadows' house right here. And this was a big garage here. And the cops used to chase me. And there was a there was a pipe that went up, and I climbed the pipe and took off. They never could catch me. I went from there onto that roof, and I'd be gone. But I remember this was all open here, and this year we used to park cars for 10 cents to a quarter a piece, right in here. And right here in the corner was Blackie Mazza lived. There's where Teddy Flood. His father wouldn't let him play with me. And that was Rose Farici. And the next one is.
And which house was yours?
Ours is right over here. Ours is 2926 right here. Ours is right here.
I guess you remember the old Connie Mack Stadium too, huh?
Huh?
Connie Mack Stadium.
Was it?
The old Philly Stadium.
The old
Oh yeah.
stadium,
Yeah, right down the street was Shy Park.
He remembers Shy
I
Park.
used to go to Shy Park.
Shy Park, that's how old he is.
Yeah. I can't get over my cousin chased me out that window and I went down that roof. Yeah. I used to hit the ball. Yeah, I had a rubber ball I used to bounce against here. Like points.
There's the M for Montella. There's an M here still too for Montella.
Huh?
There's an M here still
Oh, yeah,
for Montella.
They made that thing. They did that whole cement job. That was about 65 years ago.
That's a blessing to be able to come back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, we moved here in 1934. September the 2nd, 1938. My Aunt Mame says he's taking me to the doctor. And I couldn't understand why I had to go to the doctor because I wasn't sick. And I never know anything wrong with me. And then she says, you got to go to the doctor. And I went to the doctor, and it wasn't the doctor, it was the court. And they put me away in the Philadelphia Protective for Boys and told me what. And I was really angry at my aunt. I just said some bad words, I guess. I was really mad because here they are now, and I'm being taken. And I don't know. It's an awful feeling. You got no idea that feeling because here you are for the first time, you're taken away. Now you lost your mother, and of course you never seen the old man, and then grandmother and grandfather, so you lost all them people too, and now here they are sending you out there, and I remember I got in a station wagon with a kid named Wainwright, and his sister had put him there because she couldn't afford him, and. We talked in all bars behind the station wagon, like you couldn't get out. There's no way you could get out. If there was, I probably would have went. But they took us into the factory, and I remember going into the top brother's office and looking and talking to him and looking out the window and seeing the kids there. A lot of them had their hair shaved off and everything, and looked awfully rough. And I said, "Oh man, I don't know what got in front of me. So I think what's out there." And this place had black and white both. They didn't change, make any switches there. And that was a day when, black and white were separated. But not here. And I got in there. First day, I remember they shaved your hair off because, I guess because of lice, and or something, whatever. Everybody, you got it. And if you skip means try to break out. You break out and you got caught, then you shave your hair again. Sometimes they shave in different directions and stuff like that. Not counting the bendovers or the back or that. And bendovers in the factory was, whew. Let me tell you, when he hits you with that thing, it goes right up to your spine. And I have to wonder if a lot of kids, I didn't get as many as a lot of these other kids got, but I just wonder if them kids could get 10 bendovers and the same kind of smack as I got. And I could feel it going up my spine. I just wonder how they turned out in later life. Anyway, I come back to my house, and my cousin Betty where you been? I said, where you been, boy? You know, they always call me boy, a lot of them. And I says, oh, I went down and enlisted. You enlisted? The Army ain't going to take you. Come on. I says, I'm not going in the Army. Well, she says, the Navy ain't going to take you either. I'm not going to the Navy. She said, well, I'm damn sure the Marines won't take it. I says, all you're going to do is sign, because I can't get in unless somebody signs for me. I'm 17. First day we're out there, and it's an open field battle. I mean, the Japs are there, and you're there, and they're coming, and the tanks are coming this way. You're coming with the tanks. This is my first day. And all I do is go after them, but the first thing I got to do now, I got orders to take the tank. Me and this other guy, you guys take the tank and take it across over to the spot over there they told me to go to. It was a long way to cross. I mean, clear across the battlefield. And we went there, and a little action, but the idea was this. What the hell do they want me to lead the tank for? I really thought they couldn't see. But I was inside the tank later, as I'll tell you later. And you could see, they can see, not me, but there's a spot to see. And we took them in, and we took the tank there. And we went bang, bang, and bang, bang, and bang. There's nothing you can do. The Japs there, you're shooting, they're shooting at you, you're shooting, and that's all it is. It's wide open. And that's why so many guys die, because the Marines got no cover. And it don't seem like they ever go on the cover. They're just out, and they just do the same thing all the time. And anyway, to cut the story short, we got through it. I don't know, we got through it good. I don't want to go about a heroic baloney or nothing, but I just had to bring the tank in because I'm just curious to this day why they took us to lead that tank. And somebody had told me that because of the shells underneath, they were this way, it saved them. They blow you up, it's all right, but they saved the tank. That's what somebody was told. I don't know, and I never knew to this day, and I wish I did know. But anyway, we went on a few days when we had little skirmishes here, skirmishes there, and I felt like I was really, in A Company, and I was, and Cat would have been proud of me, And we just went on, and there was a guy named Steenstrup. Steenstrup was a guy looked like William Lundigan, movie star, and he's a good-looking guy. And he had all these girls, and he used to have the pictures and show the gang. As we moved up in the column, just a column, and the only way you're going to know where they're at is when they start shooting at you. And somebody's got to die, or, I mean, I know it's kind of stupid, but it's the truth. So we're moving up, and Sergeant Pollock says, Rice, go to the left flank over there and check that. He says, check the left flank. Well, I looked over there and I seen that area, and I knew they were there. I don't know whether I could see them or not. I'm going to be looking, but I knew this is my chance to die for the cause. It just looked like I'm right out in the open. I got no chance, no nothing. The column's over here. So I walked out there, and I feel bad, but I walked right by the machine gun. I walked by, let me go by. And I didn't know. I looked, there was, the camouflage is fantastic, But then they got the pillbox behind them, everything. And it was not on top of me, it was about 3 or 4 or 5 yards from me, but it was there. And I'm looking. I don't see it. And I kept, instead of looking there, I'm looking somewhere over here because there's bushes and stuff. And I'm back in there, and I said, you want to have some kind of a shot. Then you say, you're going to, you don't know when you're going to get it, but you're going to get it right now, because that's what I thought, and I thought, no, but I didn't make a big thing of it. I knew what I had to do, and I did it, but that was in the back of my head. Now, all of a sudden, boom, they mowed the column down, and let me go by. Well, I tell you, I felt awful, but very, very, even more, you could see, we looked at this thing afterwards, and I'm telling you, to see, he says you could never make that out, right? No way in the world. So, what's his name, the squad leader, from Tucson, Arizona, I just said his name. Anyway, he hollered out, Steenstrup, take over. Now, Pollock was the platoon sergeant, but he's probably telling the squad, I guess, I don't know. But he said, Steenstrup, take over. And Steenstrup was sitting over there about 4 yards from me, and maybe less. And I asked him, I said, Steenstrup, what should I do? He never answered me. I had a group leader. This guy, I never talked to me. He was my group leader all day, but he never talked to me. He never spoke to me. Of course, he had trouble, he said, with them Japs, and he came back in and all that. But he was talking to them and all that. But he never talked. And I'm asking, Steenstrup, what do you want me to do? Because I'm behind this damn little, what was I behind now, for Christ's sake? It was a drum. That was a drum I was behind. Empty drum. And what do you want me to do? And he's there. I asked him 2 or 3 times. He never answered me. Now, I just can't explain this. I just can't not explain. I don't know what guys got in their mind. I don't know what the hell whether they're trying to be gung-ho or... He took off. He started off right after the machine gun. He was going there to knock the guy out. And I said, Stink up, what do you want me to do? And I got up because I can't say it. I moved as fast as I could to catch him up. He was within, I'd say, 2 or 3 yards of me, and the machine gun picked him up right off of the ground. And this guy had never said a word to me. And I knew it was no use me going over. There's nothing I could do. When you see the machine gun pick the guy up, you know, forget it. And at the same time, I didn't know. I went behind this little twig about that thing around. It was a tiny twig, it was an inch around. No, not even that. And I had nothing else to go on. And I'm not getting shot at. And so I'm going trying to do what I can do with the guy in the pillbox. But in the meantime, I don't even know it. The Amtrak came by on the other side where the guys were mowed down, and they tore that pillbox right out. Now, and here comes Jim Maul over, and we knew it was knocked out. It's about found out it was knocked out. And me and him went over. I could still remember that day. It was like yesterday. We went over. We right leaned up against the pillbox. Here's the whole big thing there, the whole section. And had a cigarette, and we talked about Steenstrup, why he did it. I told Jim. I don't know why you did it, Jim. Why didn't you even answer me? I mean, I never did anything wrong. Did a guy, but he never answered. And he'll never answer me again. So you know what to do. So Jim Maul, and maybe we chatted for about 15 minutes. Here comes this guy. I know his name. I can't think of it now. A nice guy. I liked him a lot. So I didn't bother me. He went in there with his flamethrower. And 2 months later, he gets a damn Bronze Star. I said to myself, there was nobody there. We didn't need him that was leading against the damn pillbox at the time. But we're coming out there, and the Jap planes are coming over, strafing, but the whole damn Navy out there shooting at them and missing. And finally, they might hit it, and he goes down. And we're just watching more than anything, but we're waiting to go downstairs. So we went down, get in them boats, and you pull out, and then you go around and around I'll tell you, a guy would get dizzy if he did it. So you just keep going around, around, and around, and around. I mean, and the only thing is better than going straight in, because when you're going straight in, brother, you know where you're going. You know that you're going someplace, and ain't no hula girls on that island. So somebody else is going to meet you. So that's your thought. And I remember that so well coming in the balcony, more than any, because you remember Pellew, and you know what it was. Even me coming in later than the first wave, third would be the third or fourth wave. I guess so. I don't know, but even that, there was out of action on that beach. I mean, they had them targets, and the other guys were getting hit. The boats were going down, but anyway, but here we just kept going around and around, and what the, I got sick. Now and then I realized why they didn't feed you like that, and I threw up. The back of it. I don't know who else I did, and so then they straightened it out, and that's when you know. As soon as they straighten it out, you know where you're going. There's only one way, and that's where it's going. That one way, and you go. They're going to be opening that door. When that door opens, as I said before, the hula girls are not on the beach. Now, we didn't know what was going to happen, because you know that. But I remember, and I will never forget, when Lieutenant Cook said that they fixed bayonets, and they could hear the ground hitting the thing, the boat. Everybody on that boat, including me, I'm a hypocrite too, you all blessed yourself. And I guess they said a prayer. And then you feel you're banging in there, and then you come in, and you come out of that boat, you got your rifle ready, you don't know who's going to be there, what we're going to do, what you're going to happen. Closing day of the war was one of the happiest days of my life. I mean, I just felt so good, and everybody was around me. Everybody was coming, and it's just the opposite of what it was when I came over. But I've never turned around and said how bad these guys made it. Nothing. I have no beef. I had to make it my way, and I did it my way, and I was very happy. But I wasn't happy about the guys we lost. I know this sounds crazy, but since the war's been over for 75 years, every other night I think about somebody. I mean, averages out. Sometimes it goes 4 or 5 at 9, then it might go 4 or 5. It's like that. But it covers out every other night, and mainly, especially the last 50 years, for sure.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that it's you saw me go.
I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, you can leave me alone. Well, I eat when I'm hungry, and I drink when I'm dry. And if the dog track don't kill me, I will live till
Here
I
comes
die.
Hollywood. They're off. They race down the front stretch, the 6. Fastest all taking the early lead. The 3 by Tar on the inside now moving up with the lead. They have their first turn to 7. Magic Vincent on the outside. Down a back stretch to 7 moving up the 3 by Tar. With the lead down a back stretch. 3, 7, 6. 1, 4, 5, 2, and 8. The 3 by Tar with the lead through the final turn. The 7. Magic Vincent second to 5.
They're off. That's Lusky Castle breaking quickly on the outside in the middle track. That's Banker Hap with Kunta Troubles on the rail. Into the clubhouse turn. That's Lusky Castle on the outside. Banker Hap on the inside. Kunta Troubles goes wide and Isle to Doc's Moonshadow. Midway down the backstretch.
Wife, we have parted. Gonna take another stroll downtown. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I see you in my dreams. Sometimes I live in the country. Sometimes I live in the town. Sometimes I have a great notion to jump into the river and drown. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I see you in my dreams. Quit your aiming, quit your gambling. Stop staying out late at night. Stay home with your wife and family. Sit down by the fireside bright. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Good night.